We're human beings. Help us. Give us what we need. We don't want to be the stepchildren anymore.
He promised us, he promised me cheaper prices on groceries. And that has not happened.
Hold on. What did you just say about Trump?
I said, Trump's a inflation's going up. Gas prices hasn't really come down that much.
He's doing the exact opposite of everything I voted for.
Yeah.
I want him to stop the wars. He's funding them. I want him to shrink spending, reduce the budget. He's increasing it. It's like everything that he said he's going to do, except sending immigrants back. And now he's even flip-flopped on that.
It's insane.
Hello guys, welcome and welcome back to Vibe Reacts. For those who have subscribed to the channel, thank you and thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go like, share and subscribe to the channel. Now today we are going to look at the Maga supporters who believed and trusted Donald Trump's words and his leadership, but they're now crying and regretting their votes towards him. Now you see, the thing is that once upon a time, these were the unshakable, unbreakable voices shouting and screaming, "Make Africa great again." They had hope, and they really thought that Donald Trump was not sounding like the other previous leaders that were elected. So they had faith in this guy. They knew all is going to be well with our president, that we are going to vote for him. Now you see, when these people elected Donald Trump, they had hope in him, and they knew a lot was going to change. They knew that the jobs will be there. They knew that those factories will be there for people to work. They knew that the gas prices won't be that high. They knew that inflation will come down. But to their surprise, nothing like that happened. Now guys, I don't want even to waste your time. Let's quickly watch the video and come back for discussions.
He's doing the exact opposite of everything I voted for.
Yeah.
I want him to stop the wars. He's funding them. I want him to shrink spending, reduce the budget. He's increasing it. It's like everything that he said he's going to do, except sending immigrants back. And now he's even flip-flopped on that.
It's insane. There's two things that are insane. One is the targeting of migrant workers, not cartel members, not gang members, not drug dealers, just construction workers showing up in construction sites and raiding them. Gardeners.
Donald Trump looks, and man, I supported him this last year. I apologize for doing so. It was a bad calculation. At the time, it seemed like the right one. But he should be impeached and removed for this one.
She said something about that there was like thousands of hours of tapes of people doing horrible crimes.
There is. And didn't the FBI dude say that there was nothing?
Kash Patel said there's nothing you're looking for. Oh, okay. Or just bomb Iran and everybody forgets
Just bomb Iran, yeah.
Everybody forgets about it.
The only party right now that to me seems America first is the Democrat Socialist Party.
Yep.
I didn't know anything about Trump's policies. I just voted for him. Nah, Maga, you can't get away with that with me, right? Because you were too loud before the election about how it was going to make the country better. So when you hear Maga say things like that, you know what that is? That's somebody that's a coward. They're afraid to stand up and align themselves visually, right? For everybody to know, with all the crappy shit you see happening right now, they know it doesn't look good, but they don't have the backbone to still align themselves with it. So now it becomes, I didn't know no better. You knew enough to be loud about it before the election, so I know enough about it to keep calling you out on it now. Stop making these people feel comfortable. The problem is people like MAGA folk who go all in on stuff like that, and then when it gets really, really bad, they want to act like, well, I didn't know any better. You're not a child. You're a grown-ass adult. You're not a child. So I'm not going to treat you like one. And what do conservatives always talk about? Personal responsibility. And that's what I expect you to have too. But I'm not going to let any MAGA get away with, I didn't know. Well, you should have known, or you should have stayed your ass at home.
Hold on. What did you just say about Trump?
I said, Trump's higher. Inflation's going up. Gas prices hasn't really come down that much. Eggs, oh, that's the funny one. The eggs. I'm mad, and I'm a mega man. Okay? I don't see anything he's done.
So is it safe to say that the illusion has faded?
I think it has, yes. You know, I was for him because, you know, everything he said, you know, he played right into my hands. He just told us everything we wanted to hear. That's what he did. I can't even stand to look at him because, you know, he's a con. He's a flat ass, nothing but a fucking con. You know, they all, the right side, they say, oh yeah, the Biden side was so bad. Well, what's so good about the right side? He brags about doing something with our economy, but I haven't seen anything happen yet. That big beautiful bill is going to add, they say $2.5 trillion. It's going to add about $4 trillion to the debt. The big beautiful bill. Oh, what a joke. Remember what happened in the 80s with trickle down economics? Yeah. The filthy rich got richer, and us guys that worked for a living paid more taxes.
I voted for him for lower grocery prices. He promised me cheaper prices on groceries. And that has not happened. Not only has that not happened, I am getting my food stamps taken. I am getting my cash assistance taken. I am getting my Section 8 taken. I am getting all my welfare governments taken. I did not ask for this. I would not have voted for him if I knew this was going to happen.
Let me tell you something. I really feel these MAGA supporters because, you know, back then there were no jobs, there were no factories, like the factories were closed. The cost of living was too high for people, most especially in these small rural towns, you know, and no political leader came up and spoke about it. But the moment Trump got that opportunity, he talked about it, he addressed the issue, and these people, these MAGA supporters, they felt like at least we have someone who is there for us. At least there's someone who is talking not the same language with the previous political leaders. So I feel this is why most of them, they went ahead and they chose him. But now they're the same people who are here on social media crying and regretting their votes, asking even for forgiveness because they thought that they chose a great man who will help them. But it's unfortunate. Nothing has gone down for real. But one thing that I could blame these MAGA supporters is that these people, they didn't get like the full information. In short, they were misinformed, whereby they were just following up to these channels that they were only talking about Trump, talking about making America great. When you hear certain information or message about something like every day for so long, it will start to sound like the truth. You'll even start to believe it, of which it's not. What I can say is that the American dream is no more. If you want to come and you're thinking that if you come and live in America, things will be better, my dear, do not come. Like I've said, the American dream died long time ago. So just stay in your country, focus on yourself, focus with the little that you have, focus with your country. Don't go to a certain country and then you start suffering. Just stay where you are because life is not giving at all there in the US, for real. The high cost of living in the US is really suffocating most of our families back there in the US, whereby you get your wages, they just remain there stagnant. Mind inflation is so high. So you just wonder, why is it this way? Yet you have a family to take care of, you have a house to pay. There's just a lot carrying on. And you see, when even you talk about that housing, it is super expensive because you find these big investors and developers, they buy them and they rent like so expensive. I don't know why. Or even they build these luxurious homes and rent them super expensive. So when you also talk about these gas prices, they are high. I can't lie to you, actually they are low. They are super high. Why? Because whatever, or rather anything you buy, it needs to be delivered to where you are. That's why you find that if these trucks, if these planes, even these factories, when they pay prices for gas so high, they must raise the cost to cover the cost. Now, my people, I'd really like to know what you guys think about this video, what your thoughts are. Do you really feel pity for this, our MAGA brothers and sisters, for them regretting to vote for Donald Trump? Or you're like, we warned you, we told you about this guy, we did everything to pass the information, but you guys never listened. I really want to know. Let's keep the comments, or rather the conversation, going. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning into Vibe React. Thank you, and thank you so much for all my subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, please, let's hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. One love.